on my way now. I'm on my way now. I'm on my way now.
All right, I've got to try this. So this is I think it's like a Turkish sausage, and I believe the Turkish name is, I think it's sucuk or sucuk. Smells incredible. Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. If you happen to be new around here, I am Trevor and this is Anna. We are the Delightful Travelers. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and that little bell to follow along on our adventures.
The plan for today is to try Turkish breakfast for the very first time. We are so excited. So if you've been following along, you'll already know that we are in Kaş, which is in the southern part of Turkey. Next, we're actually going to Istanbul. So we figured, why don't we try breakfast in both places? The first part of the video will be eating breakfast here in Kaş, and then the second part we will be in Istanbul. So we are here at our breakfast spot in Kaş. It's a place called Pell's. We read really great things about it, so we came to dinner one night and it was so good. So we're especially excited to try their breakfast because we hear really fabulous things. So what you need to know about Turkish breakfast is that it's a huge spread of a ton of different foods. Some of it has come to our table, not all of it, but let's start maybe explaining what some of it is if I can figure it out. Alright, so this one's easy. It's bread. Then we have some sort of salad over here. We have some spreads for the bread here. I think this is like an orange zest or something like that. Honey, and that is Tahini Molasses. We've got a whole bunch of cheeses over here. I think that's probably halloumi. It looks kind of like a fresh cheese. Not sure what the other ones are. There's some nuts and things. More cheese over here. That might be cheese with herbs, perhaps. We have some grilled veggies, and we have some olives over here.
So get this, more things just arrived. We got 2 eggs that are sunny side up. Then this, I guess, I don't know if it's part of a regular Turkish breakfast or not, but it's called sucuk, I believe. And then we have 1 medley of vegetables over there. And hiding in between these 2 dishes, we have a pastry of some sort. All right, I'm gonna start with some halloumi cheese, which is always one of my favorite things. Wow, you don't get much better than grilled cheese. Halloumi, whenever Anna and I are out at restaurants and we see it on a menu, we always go for it, but it never quite tastes like this. It's like kind of like a hard cheese, and it's kind of squishy, or when you bite into it, it almost makes a little pop of an explosion, but then on the outside you get those charred lines. It's so good. There's lots more cheese down here though. So I think this must just be, it's like soft cheese, must be a fresh local cheese. Oh, that is just so good, it just melts in your mouth. I don't even know what to go for next, there's so much here.
So this, guys, is Tahini Molasses. I had to try this because it just sounds really interesting, doesn't it? And I think tahini is like a sesame paste, or I think, but it's molasses combined.
Hard to envision the 2 of them together.
That is so delicious. It almost has like a nutty flavor to it, I guess, from the tahini. A little bit of molasses flavor, but it's not too sweet like you would think. It almost tastes like chocolate. So yeah, loving that. There's so much to eat here, guys. I don't know where to start. So here we have a local pastry, they said. So it's kind of like, feels kind of like bread. It's warm. It's got herbs in it. I can smell it. Smells delicious. Kind of dense. Nothing in the middle. It's just like a type of bread. Really, really good. It's got a load of dill in it. I love dill. This is delicious. I might actually dip it in some yolk there. Not really sure the proper way to eat this, but I'm sure anything goes.
All right, I'm gonna try this sausage, or sucuk, I believe is how you say it. Looks to me like pepperoni would look. Smells really good. Oh yeah, that's really nice. It's kind of got a smoky taste, and now there's a bit of heat coming in just after that. Very, very tasty. It has the consistency of a pepperoni or something like that. The edges are crispy. In the middle, it's a bit more soft. There's a little bit more texture. But yeah, big fan of this.
All right, these beautiful eggs are just sitting here calling my name. Probably sat for a while because we've been filming, but
that's what happens when you vlog.
Yes, but over here we have some local herbs and some yogurt. That looks delicious. Eggs are cooked perfectly. The yogurt is very tangy. It's got a little olive oil on there. I think it has some spices in there. And then that really is just a whole bunch of herbs kind of cooked down. So really, really, really flavorful, perfect with the eggs. I don't know if that's how you're supposed to eat them, but it's a great combination.
All right, so next up we are gonna try the salad here. And this has some peppers in there, looks like cucumbers, some fresh tomatoes, with some other green veggies as well. So looks like it's gonna be nice and fresh. I know it's just the part of the world that we're in, but every vegetable is just so much more fresh than the part of the world that we are from. What makes this dish is it's also covered in really delicious and savory olive oil, and just mix all that together with the veggies, and it's just perfect in this kind of heat. It's almost 30 degrees today. Since I'm on to vegetables right now, I'm going to try this grilled vegetable, and this is a pepper, I believe, a red pepper, and just love that it's grilled like I said before. You guys. It just keeps getting better as we go. Everything on this whole table, and there's a lot of things, has been delicious so far. And those peppers are no exception.
I'm not sure what these are, but they've been sitting here beside me. Little balls that are covered in sesame seeds. It must be some sort of cheese, would be my guess. Looks really interesting. Tons of flavor in that. It's actually a little bit cold, so it was probably in the fridge before this, and then it's got the sesame seeds on top. And then there's some sort of bit like a maybe red pepper inside of it, so it gives it a little bit of punch of flavor. Really yummy. Everything, like Trevor said, on this like this whole spread is delicious. It's honestly, I expected it to be good, but it's 10 times better than I even dreamed it would be.
All right, so breakfast number one is going to be hard to top, but now we are in Istanbul through the magic power of editing, or what we like to call teleportation.
And obviously this is a huge city, so we had an abundance of choices, but I think maybe we found a good one. So our food has arrived. There's tons of stuff. I'll try to take you through, but I don't know what everything is, so we'll do our best. Definitely some cheese, some different types of dippy things here. I think that's maybe the molasses one. Hummus, a salad there. Tomatoes and cucumbers, more dippy things. Menemen was our egg dish this time. More dip things here. That's an eggplant one. Olives, honey. There was a salted yogurt. I don't know which one's which, and a buttermilk made of buffalo, like buffalo milk. Not sure. Cheese, olives. That's sucuk. Sucuk.
I think it's either soju or sucuk. It's like a beef sausage, and then this time we got some flatbread. And of course, they don't tell us what everything is, right?
Yeah, there's a list, but I don't know how to know what's what, basically.
Let's dive in.
Yeah.
So this time we did get some Turkish tea. So if you were mad at us at the first of the video and you left a comment down below, go ahead and delete that right now. This time we got proper tea with our breakfast. I do always like some Turkish tea, especially when we're outside like this. By the way, there's kind of a heat wave here right now. That's why we're in t-shirts. Plus we're Canadians, so we can deal with the cold. Where to start today? I might start with the menemen, because we haven't had this in a little while. We did try this in another video since we've got to Turkey. I just love menemen. I don't know what it is about it. This is something we do not get at home at all, but the eggs are nice and soft and they're creamy, and there's tomatoes in there that are just superb. It just makes for this great flavor. It's going to be one of my favorite dishes on this table for sure. All right, I'm going to go for this cheese. I think I started with that in the last video. It looks like a white, like a soft cheese. Oh, so creamy, and it's actually kind of sharp. And I can tell you right now, this is our kind of cheese we always like when they're like that, but man, everything so far is just fresh. Really, really good.
Okay, so I also need to try this menemen. It's one of my favorites, like Trevor said. If you haven't been watching our previous videos, so it's basically an egg dish. They think they scramble up eggs and tomatoes, some peppers, and some spices, and that's pretty much it.
So good, huh?
So good. Definitely one of my favorite breakfast dishes, new favorite breakfast dishes. If you're Turkish and you're watching this and you have a favorite recipe for it, could you share it below? I'm sure I can find one online. Probably find lots online, but if you have a favorite one, I'd love it if you could share it. All right, I've got some bread, and I'm gonna try this and see if it is what we tried last time.
It kind of looks like it, like the consistency of it. My God, there are so many dips on this table. I can't get over it.
No. Delicious.
Do you know what it is?
I think it is. Maybe I need a little bit more. It doesn't taste as like peanut. Or maybe peanutty is not the word. As nutty as the last one. But it's nice and smooth, a little bit sweet. Whatever it is, it's delicious. So we actually just got an explanation of what most of this is. Who knows if I'm going to remember it. But this one is the water buffalo buttermilk. I'm just going to try it right on its own. Oh, wow. And almost, I would like compare it to like a goat cheese or something. It's a little bit salty, a little bit, really, really smooth. That's so good. Not a ton of flavor, but it's just nice and smooth and, like I said, salty. Like, yum.
All right, I'm gonna go for this. Now, I think I said it was a mushroom, but it's not. We just got told it's a walnut. And this does not look like any kind of walnut I've ever seen. Take a look at that. Doesn't it look like a mushroom a little bit? Let's see how it is. Oh, wow. Is that ever sweet? It's definitely in some kind of like a caramel sauce. It doesn't look like a nut, like visually, but it actually has a little bit of crunch, but it's soft. And I don't know if it's that syrup on top of it that makes it a little soft, but that's good. That's like a dessert. I'd save that till the very end. I've got to try this. So this is the, I think it's called, it's like a Turkish sausage, and I believe the Turkish name is, I think it's sucuk or sucuk. Someone can let us know. Smells incredible. Oh wow. Oh man. That is just delicious. That meat. This Turkish sausage, we've had it a few times now. It's just exceptional. I can't get over the amount of flavor that's in that little thing.
I'm gonna try this one on a little bit of pita bread, I think. Looks like it's maybe some sort of cheese, there's tomato in there, and maybe some either like cilantro or parsley. That's delicious. It is some sort of like crumbly cheese, almost like a feta. Like I said, just with spices and tomatoes. That's really good. I'm loving everything on here like last time. This is my new jam, I think.
All right, we're gonna try some hummus here, and hummus is always one of our favorite things to try, especially here in Turkey. And the color of this, it looks a little different than the hummus we're used to. So very excited to try it out. It's just nice and smooth. I'm gonna say it's creamy again. A lot of the dips on the plate are like that, but the chickpeas stand out in there. And I think all of the dips have there's a lot of olive oil in there, and you really notice it in the hummus. It really comes through. It's exceptional. So this here actually looks like butter, doesn't it? It's actually hard to get on the fork. It's called it's yogurt, but it is a salted yogurt, which is something that's interesting. Sounds weird when you put the two combos together. Oh, weird. Has that yogurt consistency because it is, but the salt really comes through there. So it's playing tricks with my mind. It's two flavors that are very different, and the contrast you really notice when they're put together, but it's good. All the dips are really good.
All right, I'm gonna try a couple more dippy type things. So this one, they said, is made with fresh red peppers and dried red peppers. It looks a lot like when we have at dinner time when we order some messes. It does have that very like pungent red pepper flavor. It's also really spicy. A little bit, I don't know if there is tomato in there. Almost like there's tomato paste. It's a little bit salty. It's really delicious and yummy. So this one is eggplant or aubergine, whatever you want to call it. Big bite. Really good too. You just taste that eggplant. Maybe a little bit of red pepper in there. And there's some parsley on the top, which adds a nice little touch to it. So we've been in Turkey for about 3 weeks, I think now, and it's quickly becoming one of our favorite food countries. And one thing we really love about it is, this breakfast included, is that you get to have so many different types of flavors in one meal, so many different dishes. When you go to dinner, you can order a mezza plate and get all these different things in one meal, and I love it.
Well, I think it's safe to say we have a new favorite breakfast.
Yeah, definitely. I love breakfast, and that's at the top of my list.
Yeah,
That's
Turkish
favorite.
breakfast is our jam now. I can't believe this is the first time we're really getting into it.
I know. How are we gonna get it at home when we're in Canada?
So you guys are probably wondering what was our favorite. Now we were just talking about this. We were planning to pick a favorite, but we can't. It's a straight up draw. There are different things at each place that are really good.
And that's something I loved about both of them is that they were a little bit different, and I think that's kind of how Turkish breakfast goes. Wherever you go, they kind of have their own little take, their own little dishes, their own little like dips and stuff that go with it, and
Yes.
that makes it even more interesting and better.
So we know for sure we're going to be having a lot more Turkish breakfast, especially when we're here in the country. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video today. If you did, make sure to subscribe to the channel and click on the little bell. That will notify you when we put out more Turkish videos, because there's more coming up. Hit the like button, leave us a comment, and next up, what do we do?
We are going to be exploring the city. I'm so excited. We've actually been here a few days now, and we've kind of been sticking to one area, so I'm excited to go see lots more of it.
Yes, and in the last video, we were exploring the beautiful, charming little town of Kaş down in the south of Turkey, and that was just one of our favorite places as well. So we're just having such a good time here, and we can't wait to see more of the big city.
All right, guys, that's it.
From Istanbul, wishing you delightful travels.
See you soon.